My former housemate once believed that Down syndrome could be caused by vaccines. She wasn't against vaccinations, but said, "I don't understand why parents are scared to vaccinate their kids. The odds of catching Down syndrome are really low." While setting up a new aquarium, I temporarily placed my fish in plastic bags filled with water. My mom panicked and started poking holes in the bags with a pencil. When I asked her what on earth she was doing, she replied, "I'm making air holes so the fish don't suffocate." Use your brain, Helljack. No amount of reasoning could convince her she wasn't the hero of the day. Is African a religion? Oxygen doesn't come from trees, it comes from the air. Q. Do you like Bon Jovi? A. No, I don't eat Italian food. My younger cousin in Bangladesh was bitten by a monkey. My uncle, not the cousin's father, was genuinely worried it would make him pregnant. It's some strange ancient folk belief. He completely believed it. I can't even fathom that level of ignorance. It reminds me of a review someone left about their trip to Spain, complaining that everyone there was a foreigner and didn't speak English. I was on a date with a girl who was explaining how her intelligence made life harder for her. She said she felt like a social piranha. Years ago, I had a friend over, and we talked about my plasma TV. He said he would never buy one because he didn't want to have to replace the plasma when it ran out. I didn't correct him. I figured it was better if he didn't buy a plasma TV. A 15-year-old girl was terrified she might be pregnant after having unprotected sex with another girl. Someone claimed that having sex with a pregnant woman could change the baby's biological father. This wasn't coming from a dumb person either. We went to a highly regarded school. Everyone stared at him like he was an idiot. Can't you just hold in your period or stop it? If I could find a country that doesn't allow immigrants, I'd move there. My coworker genuinely believes that if we keep throwing garbage into the ocean, nature will take care of it without any harmful effects. One of my patients once told me that smoking doesn't cause cancer, and the whole idea is a scam. As I was taking him to his chemotherapy appointment for lung cancer, which was likely caused by his habit of smoking 40 cigarettes a day. How can anyone even afford that? Me. What's heavier, a pound of bricks or a pound of feathers? Coworker. Bricks. It took me about 15 minutes to explain the correct answer, including diagrams on paper and examples using a kitchen scale with different items. That night, I drank a lot. My mom once asked if they have wind in Canada. I drive for Uber on weekends. Once, a woman in her late 20s told me I was making her uncomfortable. I hadn't said a word the entire ride, so I asked how I could make her feel better. She replied that she didn't like how I kept playing with the fidget stick in the middle of the car. I drive a manual. She then insisted that I didn't need to use it because her car doesn't have one, and even claimed to be a mechanic. That politician is already wealthy. He can't possibly be a thief. An older woman my mom knew refused to drink Colombian coffee because she was convinced they secretly laced it with cocaine. If that were true, every store would be sold out of it immediately. What a fool. Someone genuinely believed that Queen stole the bass line for Under Pressure from Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. He wasn't even joking. A former coworker of mine was furious because her boyfriend only bought me 12 roses. He couldn't even go the extra mile and get me a dozen. What a jerk. A person once said, completely seriously, that Obama has a weather machine, and that's why it's so hot outside. This person worked for the federal government in Washington, D.C. for over 25 years and was close to retirement. In my freshman English class, we were reading Lord of the Flies around the time the movie Alive, about a soccer team's plane crash in the Andes, came out. Since both stories involved being stranded and the creation of social order, we were discussing the film in class. While talking about how the survivors turned to cannibalism, one girl asked, "Why didn't they just call Domino's and have it delivered?" When I worked at a grocery store, an elderly woman said, "25 cents a pound? I can get 4 pounds for $1 at Safeway."